You're listening to Fucks Given, the one where we had loads of technical difficulties and ended up just having to do an episode with just us.
Just us. Oh, you lucky things. Although I was so looking forward to chatting to Sangeeta.
I know.
My goodness. She's amazing, but we will be chatting to her in a couple of weeks' time,
Yes.
so keep your ears peeled for that episode.
Yeah, she is the glorious host of the Masala podcast. Yeah, a total inspiration.
Amazing.
So we cannot wait.
Inspo. Also, before we start, I'm Reed.
And I am Florence.
Oh, nearly missed that one, didn't we?
Way. You know what? I am quite ill at the
Yes.
moment.
Yeah.
I've had...
What you got, Florence?
Well, I have had a really swollen throat all week. And it's not been like super sore or anything, but it's been swollen, uncomfortable, and it's made me feel really drained, fatigued all week. And I was thinking, I was like, this started on Sunday, the day after Reed's housewarming party, the day after I sucked some dick.
You got the stank throat. Shit.
Can
Okay,
the
so
sucking dick, though, give you a throat infection? That is what I want to know.
Okay, no, we cannot put that kind of information out there. I don't think it can. But actually, wait, thrush. Yeah, you can. If you suck some dick with thrush, you can get thrush orally as well. And vice versa.
I don't think I've got
and,
thrush
you know,
of the throat.
No, I mean, the doctor said it was an infection. So yeah.
I mean, it was
But
a telephone
I'm
consultation,
sure...
so it was literally just me telling him
Oh,
things.
shit. It's like, well, it sounds like an infection. Cool, thanks.
It has,
2D doc.
well, not to get too graphic, but he was like, do you have any white bits on your tonsils? And I was like, yes, there are a couple.
Yeah, it sounds like tonsillitis. It sounds like strep throat. It sounds like all the infections you can
Yeah,
get.
apart from it's not been as bad as like what those things are for other people.
Yeah, I mean, I used to get tonsillitis like 4 times a year, and I was floored by it. Like bedbound, fever, like for 3 days, really not in a good way. I'm so glad I don't fucking get
That's
that anymore.
so good. I have been getting a little bit hot.
I mean, well, that's the thing. It's the way up between what is an actual symptom, what's your actual body doing, or because you now know that you have an infection, what's like a pseudo symptom. You know, what are we creating in our minds? So it's good to keep. I mean, I do that all the time. It's literally like, I've eaten something that could upset my stomach. Oh my God, I got stomach cramps. Oh my God, I'm going to shit myself. And then before you know it, I've created
Anxiety,
a problem.
IBS.
Yeah, from the anxiety.
Yeah.
And we all do that. I think it's the same with like headaches, same with stress rashes. You know, you get a rash,
so true.
then you stress out
Yeah.
because of the and then it's a cyclical cycle.
Exactly.
Our minds are so fucking powerful. It can, and a physical symptom literally could be just from where our head's at.
Yeah, I hope my voice doesn't sound too weird. I think I'm getting like a bit phlegmy, but just...
You're making me phlegmy thinking about it. But no, you sound fine. You sound all right. If anything, you sound pretty sexy. Oh my God, that's so sad. It's like when Phoebe gets ill and she's just like, oh, my stinky shoes. You know, like she sounds well sexy.
Yeah.
So, Florence, you gonna let us know why you got the stank throat? Like, what happened? What went down?
Well, I guess it all started at your housewarming party.
My housewarming party? Did a little birdie get laid after my housewarming party?
So funny after what we were talking about in last week's episode.
You're like, nah, I'm not going to find anyone hot. Nah. It's like, I have hot friends,
Also,
I tell you now.
I was like, oh my God, everyone's going to be dressed as a cowboy. I'm going to be wet as fuck. Like, everyone's going to turn me on. Who do I get with at the party?
The only person that wasn't dressed in a costume. Florence.
Literally, I really missed my chance there. But to be fair, I didn't connect with anyone that was in costume.
That's fair enough. That's fair. I mean, the costume party. I mean, I fucking love a costume party.
Everyone looks very hot.
Everyone looked amazing. Oh my God. I was creaming myself when Sam put his outfit on.
I was so excited when I put my own outfit on. I was like, wow.
Yeah, you look fucking hot
I was
with them leather trousers.
living my Red Dead Redemption fantasy. I was like, I'm literally dressing up as my online character right now.
Yeah, so good.
I'm a nerd.
So good.
If anyone didn't know already, I'm a nerd.
When it comes to the PS games on the Western lab.
Yeah, some sex.
Oh yeah, and sex. I mean, we're both nerds when it comes to sex, surely.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what is the definition of a nerd? Is it just like, is it a stereotype, or is it like you're just really into a subject?
Everyone's like, wait, we don't care about this. What happened at the party?
It's like, stop stalling. I want to know how you got that stank throat. Please indulge.
I can't say that's how I got it. I think also there were multiple factors to why I might have gotten ill, and I'm delaying it even further. I was really run down on Saturday, really run down. And then it was
almost not going to come.
Freezing cold. And I decided to sit outside without a coat on.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, so that's actually legit how I got ill.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, yeah. And also talking loads and
making out with strangers.
Everyone did making out with strangers that also have, bacteria in their mouths that could, splice together.
Yeah.
It's the same with like having sex and us getting thrush or BV.
Wait.
It's just sometimes our vag is just like, nah. No, thank you. But it's the same with our mouths. It's like same sort of ecosystem, except they're a little bit more resilient, I would say, mouths.
Yeah. I don't know what part of the story should come first, the bit that relates to you or the bit that relates to me, because I ended up just chatting to this guy at the party and we just connected on like loads of levels. I was getting quite drunk. I'm sure he was a bit drunk too. And we were just chatting, laughing, connecting on so many things. And it was like, oh, wow, like this is so easy to chat to this stranger. And I've been chatting to other people at the party that I didn't know. And I've got social anxiety. So I find it quite hard to like have conversations with strangers. But with him, it was so easy and it flowed really naturally. And we obviously had this like chemistry between us, like this chemical attraction as well as physical attraction. He also looks like a Viking.
Yeah.
He was very hot. 6'3" Viking. And his voice also is like booming Viking voice.
Yeah. He's got a lot of good attributes going for it. Again, it's why I invited him. He's like such a nice guy. And he turns up. Like he turns up.
Yeah. Well, he really
turns up to a party.
Yeah.
In your throat.
And so we just ended up getting closer and closer. I had red lipstick on and we just started making out really intensely in the hallway. Did anyone see us making out in the hallway?
If I did, I was too drunk.
Oh my God, I was so really fucking glad, because I was like, it must have been like two animals eating each other's faces.
I remember seeing you both chatting, but I don't remember any.
I'm so glad, because I literally, after we finished making out, he was like, oh my God, he was like, your face. He was like, you need to look in the mirror right now. And I had like red lipstick smeared like all over my mouth and like my chin and my face.
There's something really hot about that though. And it's like when you have sex with somebody and your makeup is fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Like tear marks, like everything. That's so hot.
Yeah.
Annoying to tidy up and sort out, especially when you're still in the middle of a party, but hot nonetheless.
Yeah, I managed to just like wipe it off. I don't know how like well I actually did it, because I was so drunk.
I mean, I think by that point we were all schlewed.
No one noticed.
No one noticed.
And then we kind of like ended up chatting to other people at the party for a little bit. And I was like, I'm really drunk. I think I need to go home. So I ended up ordering myself an Uber and went outside, and he was there and he was like, oh, you were supposed to come outside with me. And I was like, shit. I mean, I'm getting my car home now. And it felt like it was a bit cut off short, because I was actually really, really enjoying chatting to you. So I was like, well, do you want to come back to mine and continue this chat? And he said yes.
The chatting.
The chatting.
The chatting.
I mean, in the moment, that is all I meant. That is all I meant. Because you know what I said in the last episode? No
Yeah,
one night
you wanted to stick by
stands.
it.
No fucking on the first date. But before I tell you what happened when we got back to mine, there is some information here that I am leaving out. Reed, how do you know this guy? Why was he invited to your party?
He was a fuck friend. He was someone I met on Field, or maybe it was Field, and we shagged. Actually, it wasn't like we didn't go on a date. He invited me to his house party, and then we shagged during the house party.
Oh, you were repaying the favour.
Yes and no. Like I would say yes, but it's more that because he was cool enough to invite me to a house party and we fucked him and then we carried on talking like as mates. I was like, you're going to be pretty safe to come to my party. Like, you know, I don't have to look after you. You're going to be easy to talk to other people. And that's kind of like a great attribute that you want in somebody. You don't want to have to fucking have someone hanging by your every side. So yeah, invited him along. And he's also like up for a bit of fun. I am disappointed that he wasn't dressed, but he did warn me that he was at another event, so he wasn't going to come dressed. He's normally the type of person that's like, fuck yeah, let's like...
Oh my God, he would have been so hot as a cowboy.
Right? Yeah. I mean, at his house party, when I went there, we swapped shirts because we were both wearing Hawaiian shirts. And just like the comedy behind him wearing, this giant man wearing my tiny little Hawaiian shirt was jokes enough as it is. And I think that kind of like had the base level of us staying mates and chatting on and off here and there. And then, he came to the party and...
The stars aligned.
Stars aligned. Gave you a little throat infection. I mean, we can't blame him.
No.
He might not have given it to you. There are so many other, you know,
I really do think it's just because I was run down and it was new bacteria and I was sitting outside in the cold, like all of those things at once. And also I hadn't drank in ages either.
Yeah, I used to get tonsillitis just by going on a night out.
Yeah.
When I was already run down and I would instantly get tonsillitis.
Yeah. Usually if you had introduced me to someone that you had slept with, I wouldn't go anywhere. Because it's a bit of a weird thing, isn't it? Once you're friends slept with someone, it's like, oh, so they're off the cards because people don't usually do that. I
mean, yeah, it shouldn't be though.
I guess not.
We are adult enough, we're mature enough to be like, hey, I want to fuck your friend. How do you feel about this? But a lot of people don't. Either people run the opposite way and say nothing, or they do it anyway and then it causes issues. Yeah. But and definitely didn't, I mean, after come down and stuff, I didn't really know how I felt about it. But as soon as we had a chat about it, it was all good. It was all calm.
Yeah, because it was a bit random and like just a whirlwind happening, really.
Yeah. And also, I think also a part of what I was feeling was definitely anxiety and all the other nasty things that happen after hosting a party like that. Come down, hangover, like everything. And so like, I think I messaged you. I was like, I don't know how to feel about this because I literally didn't. My brain was in turmoil. But now it's like, it's totally cool. Yay. It's fine. Like I'm excited for you to go on a date with him. Wait, we've still not talked about the sex. Oh shit. I'm jumping so far forward. Okay, hold on. Go back to the sex. You just got into your door and you were planning to talk and go.
Oh, before we went into my house, guess what I did? I am such a sleaze bag. I took him up to my roof to show him the view.
The classic move. Look how amazing this view is.
Look how romantic this whole thing is. Like the whole of London lit up in front of us.
I literally love that move. It's so smart. I think I've done that before. I was like, this is my favourite place. This was on top of a dodgy car park as well where they used to do dogging. And I took someone there being like, this is my favourite place. It's like, is it? Is it really your favourite place?
Yeah,
but okay.
I sit here and contemplate life all the time.
Yeah. I just look at all the people going by about their busy days.
Do you love people watching?
Yeah.
So I think we then got back into mine. My memory...
Did you drink more?
I don't think so. No, I think we were on the water or maybe tea.
Nice.
And it was a bit... I hate how patchy my memory is of this because I really want to remember it clearly because I know I was having such a good time. I think we were chatting around, and he was like, oh my God, you've got like sage candles and Palo Santo on your table. He's like, I've got exactly the same thing. And I was like, you know what? I've never used my sage. I haven't actually like cleansed the space for such a long time. So he gets,
my God.
We are very lame.
No, it's not lame. It's different beliefs and different rituals, and that's totally acceptable.
Anyway, we got out of the sage and I started like cleansing the situation, but I think it was more of a joke.
Yeah.
And then I think we were starting to chat, and then suddenly we were just making out again, like very animalistically. And then he pushed me up against the wall, and it was just so hot. And then he started undressing me, and then we moved to.
I mean, it sounds like something out of a porno.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's just annoying about the drink, the alcohol
so
stuff.
Annoying.
And you just like regret, and you're just like, I wish I just remembered a bit more.
And I think I was like flying around being like, I'm gonna put on some music so we can chill, and like,
oh, were you setting the mood?
Yeah. Always set up the lighting in my room. I can't remember if I put both the lights on, but definitely one was in there. And and then we just like threw ourselves like onto the bed, and it was just like a mishmash of sucking. He went down on me, and I remember it being very good. And
nice.
Then I gave him head, hence the throat.
The trauma to the throat.
The trauma to the throat. And afterwards, I think we just lay there like, I was like, oh shit, did not draw the blinds. So the neighbours got a great show. But I was like, this is sex that I can proudly show off. That was hot as fuck.
I hope it was. And then, you know, when like you think it's really hot, but like your actual drunk selves are just like sitting.
Actually, there was a point where I was like, I need to get the lube. And I leaned off the bed and opened my drawer, but I think I leaned off in such an unattractive way that was like,
oh no.
You have to be watching on YouTube to see what I just did. But it wasn't.
I'm sure he would.
In the moment, I was like, this isn't hot, but oh well. I was very comfortable with him.
That's good.
And then we fell asleep, and we had morning sex as well.
Nice. Did you remembered the morning sex?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's still kind of a bit hazy, but like.
Yeah, like that hangover mode where you're just a bit like, oh, fuck, horny, but just don't touch me, but also touch me.
We had such good chemistry though. I'm still buzzing off it. And like in the morning, usually if I've had like a one night stand or anything, I'm like not going to go anywhere near kissing them because of obviously morning breath.
Oh yeah.
But I just didn't care. And we just made out loads, and then that turned into sex again, and it was really sweet. And then he left. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's the way it should be. It should be so chill and so relaxed and just easy.
Yeah, and he was like stroking up and down my body, and he was just like, you have such an amazing ass. And then he was like, I really love your like tiger stripes, as in my stretch marks. And that was really
that's so
cute.
sweet. Because even if, and I don't want to call him out, like even if it's a fuckboy line, like still you want to hear the fuckboy line of tiger strap.
Need to hear that.
Love the bits of my body that I don't like, please.
Yeah, I don't think he wasn't being ungenuine. I just think he was nice enough to say it. He could be a soft boy. Who knows? But like,
who knows? Well, we have yet to find out.
Yeah. Anyway, that's how that went after the party, and we've been chatting of it since, voice noting and stuff. And I was like, we should hang out again. And his reply was, do you want to go ride horses and live out our Red Dead Redemption fantasy?
Oh my God. That is probably the best date idea that anyone... Like, that's so smart. And there's so many different levels to that date idea.
Yeah. Because one of the things that we bonded over was Red Dead when we were chatting, because we love it. So yeah, I was just like, that is the best thing that anyone's ever said to me, ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very excited. But yeah, so that was my story at the party. I remember you saying on last episode that you really wanted to fuck at the party. Did that happen?
This is so bad, and it didn't, but Sam did fuck our little like cute playmate, and I was supposed to be there, but I wasn't there.
What?
Okay, so like, so after everyone had gone, motherfucker, sorry. So the person that Sam and I had a threesome with on Valentine's Day, I invited her along, and she's so sweet and so lovely. We've kept in touch. She came to the party dressed amazing, and so we kept sneaking off to like all make out, the three of us. It was so cute and hot.
I had no idea this was happening. I didn't even know who she was.
I also don't know why I kept it so secret. Like, I would not give a fuck if I did that on the sofa, but for some reason I was like, yeah, come to the bathroom and let's do it behind a closed door. I don't know why. Probably maybe because like in my mind, like my sister was there, or
yeah, maybe.
I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. I don't know. So yeah, after everyone had gone, and we were there, we were like being really cute together, but I was in party mode. And I wanted to carry on partying, and I didn't want to fuck. Oh. So I was like, you guys can fuck. Like, don't mind me. I'm just going to be in the other room. And I was like partying and tidying. And I mean, I regret that because, yeah, I wanted to carry on the party instead of like fuck these two hot, incredible people. And also being very aware that the way that I was behaving might have come across that I wasn't okay with those two fucking. Oh. Because again, it's something that they both are like haven't had experience for or with in a non-monogamous relationship. And so I am totally cool with that. If anything, I actually quite enjoyed it. I got to have my space when I needed it. They got to have what they wanted if they needed it, if they wanted it. And there was again no feeling of you're doing something away from me or I want to be involved. So yeah, I mean, if anything, I was just like really turned on by the idea that those two were fucking in the other room. Yeah. That turned me on. But I am just a bit like, I just wish
that you were on it at that time in hindsight.
Yeah, I wish I wanted to have sex at that point and I didn't. Not that I can push myself to do it. But anyway, so we've kept in touch afterwards, and I've also been very honest in my voice notes about that. And I was like, I hope you don't think that was weird. Like, I was honestly completely okay with it. I'm sorry if it made you feel uncomfortable that I wasn't involved, you know. And she's just been amazing back. And same with Sam as well. There are going to be other opportunities. But I just, when I get in party mode, I just can't stop. And I just don't want to have sex at all. It was a good party. And I promised myself I was going to stay and clear up the next day. But I literally just left everything and escaped to Sam's for like the next 4 days. I was like, see ya.
Were you going to get someone to come and help you?
So, okay, well, hey, this brings us on to my latest addition to my house. He's so cute. So I got an email a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, from someone being like, I'm a slave and I would really like to come and clean your apartment. There's nothing sexual about it. It's just I would really like to serve you in that way. And I've had a couple of emails like years ago in the past asking that, but because I lived with my ex and I lived with other people at the time, it was a no-go. Of course, like that is so cool to me. The idea that someone wants to clean my house for free, right? What the fuck? Yeah. It's also like, I'll come on to that. So yeah, ended up meeting this guy for a coffee and just instantly felt safe and comfortable with him and got to know him and understand him more and understand why he does it, what he enjoys about it. He says that he's asexual, but he gets a similar kind of sexual gratification. Again, it's not sexual, as almost like sex. So again, it's like feeling useful. It's feeling this idea of servitude. So it's very similar to being like submissive. You've got this big, strong, powerful person telling you what to do. So it's kind of similar. And he gets something out of it and I get a lot out of it. And again, I just feel so safe with him. Like the first day that he came over, he helped me not only clean, but also do a lot of DIY, which was fucking great because I had to put up this giant mirror cabinet, which I couldn't do on my own.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was he like? Was it when he was doing the stuff for you? Were you chatting, or was it like you had to be really like dominant in that space? Was he just in his regular clothes, or did he wear a little maid's outfit?
So this is what I was asking, sort of like the coffee interview was like, do you have a uniform? Is there anything you like to wear? Do you want me to say anything to you? We basically hashed it all out, and no, he just wants someone to be very normal around him. He's so chatty, which I love because I love company and I love being chatty. And sometimes like I'm in the house alone for days at a time and I get a bit antsy, and I'm like, when he comes over, I'm like, oh, I can have a little chat and a natter. That's quite nice. And no, he comes in his own clothes. He's huge on the kink scene, so he goes to sex parties. I actually just got a little club verboten. It's this big sex party that happens in London. He was in one of the pictures in the letter, the newsletter, and I was like, no way, it's my slave. I'm only calling him slave now because I don't want to use his real name. Because he's been so cool about me talking about him. Obviously I asked permission, and also took photos of him and sent them to my girl groups being like, look at my slave, because he loves that element as well. It's like part humiliation. But no, I don't do anything. I don't put on anything. Sometimes I say like the little where like I do boss him about a bit, but that's just because I'm a bossy person. I'm like, oh, actually, like, instead of cleaning that, can you do this now, please? And he's like, okay. And I'm like, cool. Or I'll say like the line where, so it was kind of like a joke. So if he's not being quick, I'll be like, if you don't hurry that up, I'm going to make you clean the toilet with a toothbrush, you know. But obviously I'd never make him do that.
Does he like it?
But I think he does like it, yeah. But I think he just likes the things that he said before in the past, where I've said like, what elements have you enjoyed about cleaning for other people, other mistresses, other women? He's like, the most memorable times are when they're extra cruel to him. But he says it's not necessarily like, again, not sexual at all. It's more like oh, this is different, this is new. I mean, he has a normal job. This is what he chooses to do on his days off.
Wow.
And evenings, actually. He came over yesterday evening after work to help me out. And he's just, he's honestly made living here alone just like a little bit nicer. And I feel...
It's great to have a man around the house.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still doing all the big DIY stuff.
I'll have you know.
It's just, I feel really lucky to have him, and I also feel like this could be like a really nice friendship for years to come.
And I think like when you think about, oh my god, you have like a slave that comes over and cleans like all your like the whole like mistress sub kind of thing. Like you kind of think of, you have like an image in your head of what it is, but now after you've explained it, it just sounds so kind of normal.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I should not set it up as slave, because you're right, it gives you this sort of stereotype image.
Well, is that what he likes to be called? Is that why you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Like, I wouldn't have used the term otherwise. But a lot of people have said it's weird, and like they don't know how they feel about it, which is that's acceptable, because it is weird. The idea of what we have of this is weird, and we don't know how to feel about situations like that.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm trusting my gut. You know, if in my mind it feels happier, better, more ethical, if I feel safer.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people have an actual cleaner in their house and they feel awkward with them around? I don't feel awkward around my guy. Like, he's so fucking friendly. I could literally sit there watching TV and happily have him clean.
How was everything else in the flat? Did anything else get destroyed?
No, actually. I mean, everyone's so respectful and nice. There were a few spillages, but they were instantly cleared up. I was also very cautious about, I rolled up my rugs. Yeah. I put down like this plastic sticky, what's it called? Like basically floor protector through the main walkway parts, because my wooden floors, if you spill something on them, they're fucked. Otherwise, no. Nothing broken, just a lot of rubbish and mess. A lot of like half-open bottles of beer and plastic and rubbish. But otherwise, everyone's fucking amazing. Well, everything looks like perfect now.
I'm very glad that I ended up coming, because those meet cutes in real life,
they change everything. Yeah, it's so nice it being organic rather than over a fucking app.
Really
it's
is.
So different. This is why and of course I made sure everyone did LFTs before coming, but like with COVID being over, you have to go out and socialize and not just think that meeting somebody through a dating app is gonna work. It's so hard to do. Like, it's important to go to a pub and not just stay with your friends, but talk to other people that are there, or go to parties, especially ones where you only know one person and you can meet loads of other people. It's scary to do that, I know, especially after COVID, but that is how you get the organic connections, and they're worth so much more.
They are, because you can't, like, you're not wasting time getting to know someone for a week, and then you meet and then you're like, actually that wasn't a vibe. Like, obviously
expectations, you don't know what they look like because their pictures are different, all that other shit.
Exactly. So you don't have any of that. When you meet someone in real life, that's basically your first date, isn't it?
Yeah, which is really cute and can go down a treat.
Anyway, we'll see where that goes, but even if it goes nowhere, I had a very nice time. Yeah, that's good. That's all we want for each other, is nice times. Should we round this up?
I think we do need to, unless you had any more information or excitement to divulge.
Don't think so. Do you?
No, I think we're okay. No, I had a really good therapy session today. Yeah, really good. I mean, I fucking love therapy. I just love knowing and understanding why my brain thinks the way it does so much.
I had a great therapy session as well this week. It was one of those ones where you're like, don't go in thinking it's going to be anything, and then you like end up crying by the end of it. Well, that is all for today, curious fuckers. But we'll be back with some very special episodes coming soon. Super excited about something that we might be recording tomorrow.
We hope you've enjoyed this podcast episode. Please give us a shout out on all social media platforms. If you have, it means so much to us, because word of mouth is so powerful.
It really is.
And of course, you can follow us up to date on everything at Come Curious, which is on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, although Twitter's kind of neglected. And of course, our personal accounts, Read Amber X and Florence Bark.
Yeah, and remember to leave us a rating and a review, because it means so much and it pushes us up in the charts and gets our podcast seen by more people. And all we're trying to do is get this message out here, open the conversation up about sex, get people more comfy about talking about sex, which then means better sex lives for everyone. Yay!
Yay! We love that. We like genitals being happy.
Yeah. And on that,
that's what we love.
We will see you next Thursday, curious fuckers.
See you next Thursday.
Bye.
Mwah.